Shalom and welcome here everybody. Daniel, One Love Caravan, and I have a short information for everyone who's dealing with the future, yeah, who's dealing with so-called good, yeah, because it's very important to distinguish the good and the bad, right? Because there's some people nowadays caught into the new age mindset and all this, and they say there is no good and there is no evil and there all these kind of things, yeah. For sure, without any doubt, yeah, there is the uplifting, the positive energy, right? The uplifting positive energy, and there is the down pressing negative energy, right? So people, they want to stay neutral, you know, like Switzerland, somewhere in the middle, but this not really not really applicable, right? Because, you know, we know the proton is positively charged, the electron negatively, and the neutron is neutral, right? But we now, as a human beings, right? The evolution, it's like, you know, the spiral of the genetics, yeah, the desoxyribonucleic acid, yeah, the DNA, it goes like a spiral, yeah, and it's like, it's going up, it's uplifting, right? So we should be linked, we should be tuned in, yeah, we should be plugged in the positive energy, right? And not in the negative, and also not want to be some kind of neutral, right? Because it's not really real, yeah, it's not really applicable. What does it mean to be neutral, yeah? You know, because I told you this very wise man here, Bruno Groening, for example, yeah, in this organization of Bruno Groening, you know, the Bruno Groening Freundeskreis, yeah, where we got thrown out, right? The boss, like they said, the CEO or whatever, the company owner, Dieter Häusler, right? I used to call him and talk about this kind of theologies. Anyhow, I would talk with him, and he would say to me, that he said to me, listen, a good friend of mine said to me once, there is three kind of people, yeah? He said in German to me, there is the Mitmacher, yeah? Die Mitmacher, die Miesmacher, und die Macher, right? So he said there is the makers, yeah? The doers, right? The doers, the makers, the Macher, yeah? There is the Mitmacher, this is the ones who just join, right? They join, right? They just join a group, right? The most of the people actually are this, like the sheeple, right? The sheeple, they just join, right? And there is the Miesmacher, right? So the Miesmacher is the one who sabotage, right? So in the end, you know, the only thing worth here is the maker, the macher, yeah, right? Because again, we are here, we have a mission, and this mission is a positive one, right? So this mission is positive. So when it comes to the whole matrix, you know, how it's built up, you know, and how it's now revelation time, and we're gonna deprogram ourselves from the matrix and decipher and also reveal all these mysteries, yeah? So there is one big misunderstanding, yes, in general, for everyone who's into future, who is into world peace, who is into free energy, you know, who is into health, right? Who is into consciousness, so-called. Everyone who says he's spiritual, yeah, everyone who said he has faith, he believes in God or whatever, everyone who wants to do the good, everyone who believes that good is over evil, right? You should all understand that that this here, the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, right? We have here the Article 13, but there is 30 articles, right? There's 30 articles of Universal Declaration of Human Rights, right? So the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, it got imposed by the United Nations? No. It got imposed by Kedamawi Haile Selassie. Why? Because, listen to its common sense, my friends, and brothers and sisters, and everyone listen, please think about it. The system, right? It is the fascist system. Where is the fascism coming from? The fascism is again coming from the church. Yeah, it's the Vatican who invented fascism. Like, not invented fascism. Yeah, fascism. Again, it's the Babylonian mindset. Yeah, it's far more ancient, right? It's the devil's mindset. Yeah, of just, you know, you push your thing, and everyone who don't want to join you, you punish. Yeah, you go after the ones who don't want to join you, right? And you can only, you know, follow this thing, you know. So this idea is ancient, yeah. But fascism, like the word, yeah, and the whole fashion of if we talk today about fascism, you know, then we say, oh, who is the fascist? Yeah, the fascist regimes, yeah, like again, like the Nazis, yeah, like Mussolini, like Franco from Spain, like Salazar from Portugal, like Ceausescu from Romania, like whatever, all this fascist leader, yeah, where the word is coming from, again from the fascio, it's a torch, yeah, and they would go. It's coming from the Reconquista, because the ones who conquered here Al-Andalus, who conquered the Moors, yeah, there were white supremacists, yeah. Before that, I don't know if this was a big thing, you know. I don't know if wars were fought before because of white supremacism. I don't think so, yeah. Again, it's very difficult to know the skin color sometimes of people, you know, in the ancient times, because it was not so relevant, you know, then nowadays it seems to be, you know. Again, if you really all coming from Africa, you know, and even the black people, it's the first one who also, you know, I mean, Babylon, this was a African civilization, yeah. So Nimrod, yeah, is a son of Cush. Nimrod was a black man, yeah, the ones who want to make the Tower of Babel and all these things. It started with black people, yeah, being corrupted, yeah. This is the whole story of the Israelites, of the Jewish story. Anyhow, later on, you know, it comes. Other ethnic groups come, the Persians, yeah, the Persians supposedly they are white, yeah, or Caucasians, right, or Aryans, yeah, it doesn't matter however you want to call them, however you want to call people looking like me, you know, it doesn't matter actually, you know, but the Hittites, yeah, the Hittites, they're like the Turks, yeah, Turkish people, yeah, they're also very pale, yeah, from skin complexion, right? So again, there were white people everywhere in the world, yeah, everywhere in the world there were white people after they come out of the ice, right? So racism in this kind of manner, as we know it today, it's something, you know, again with the Reconquista, you know, because this Capirote, again, the Ku Klux Klan, the ones who do the Inquisition, the one who painted everyone and Jesus and everything, this story as a blonde with blue eyes, yeah, this are the white supremacists. And again, these people is a fascist. It's the church, it's the Inquisition. Out of that, that's why Hitler, for example, and he never did nothing against the church, the Catholic Church. Yeah, other way around, they were together, right? So Mussolini got sent by the Vatican, again, to occupy and to colonize Africa and Ethiopia there, you know, but they lost the war against Ethiopia and Haile Selassie. That's the whole thing. The First World War started in Ethiopia and the Ethiopians won the war against Europe. The Second World War as well, with the invasion, with the invasion of Ethiopia, you know, 1936. I think this is a start, and it stopped also. The Haile Selassie, when he came back 5 years later, in 1941, this was the end of the Second World War in Ethiopia. It went on in Europe, so there was no human rights declaration, and not at all, right? The human rights declaration came out of Ethiopia, the decolonization came out of Ethiopia, and again, the freedom, everything that people enjoy today has to do with the victory from Haile Selassie over the fascists, the colonizers, the Inquisition, and all this. So, Human Rights Declaration. Right, Human Rights Declaration, again, if you listen to the speech of Haile Selassie, which then Bob Marley later on made this, the soundtrack, yeah, the song War, right? So this is the speech from Haile Selassie explaining very well that we will have war until the basic human rights are not guaranteed. So there is now, again, in the sovereign, so-called sovereign movement and all this thing, what does sovereignty mean? Sovereignty, it's meaning, royalty, yeah? It's to be the king and the queen, and again, sovereign, to be sovereign. Haile Selassie, the sovereign of Ethiopia. So where is this all coming from, right? Yeah. Royalty, yeah, and it's coming from humanity, coming from creation, and all these things, I think, very important. So they want to, because people waking up and they want to put people away from the real solutions, right? So the real solutions is to fight for the Human Rights Declaration, because until the Human Rights Declaration are not guaranteed to everyone, there will be war. Yeah? So again, Human Rights Declaration imposed by the King of Kings, of all kings, yeah? Haile Selassie I. So not imposed, not at all from the system. The system, they don't want you to have no rights at all, again. Yeah, so just to be sure about that. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching this, and we continue with the history lessons, and in specifically then we will talk about the technology, yes, and the Industrial Revolution and all these things. So stay tuned and stay blessed. Thank you. One Love Caravan. Peace out.